given us a chance now, I suppose. That's the bottom line. We have a really important game now coming up on Sunday's taking on a new level of importance, really, I suppose, given the way the results have panned out. But listen, we always knew that 2 points wasn't going to cut it in any case, so even 4 points normally wouldn't cut it, but we've got to really go at it again now hard this week.
How beneficial was that game to you, winning by 20 points, and would you consider beneficial to you?
Listen, I know the score difference is whilst you want to play well, what you're looking at in terms of your performance isn't necessarily the scoreline as such. You know what I mean? You're looking at all the factors that go into making the performance. Our work rate and our use of the ball, primarily. But those were good. We got that. Those important areas of our game we got right on Sunday, and that led to the performance and that led to the result. So we've got to stick with that now for the week coming and make sure we get that right again next weekend.
You made 2 changes and they're extremely, I suppose, encouraging, bringing people off the bench. It's getting even more competitive for you to pick a team.
Yeah, listen, it was great. The 2 boys made a really good impact. They've been waiting for their opportunity, and they seized their opportunity. But it's a clear page again now for this weekend coming. And we have a good bit of work to get through tonight. And with the games coming in quick succession, you have to look for the freshness as well. Freshness is really important, and you can see that in the 2 guys. They brought great freshness and enthusiasm for it. So that's important. And we've got to look at our opposition as well, and that's going to lead us maybe in certain directions as well. So yeah, it's a clear page again for the weekend.
How did you Keely been ahead heading into the game?
We have really, I suppose, by and large, Barry Murphy's the only guy who picked up an injury on Sunday, so I think David Dempsey is hoping to get through the session tonight as well, so that's another plus for us. And Seamus Flanagan was back last week training fully, so they're all great positives for us, and for the group as a whole. Everybody's delighted to see them back, back into full training again. So yeah, hopefully they can bring something now in terms of challenging us in the team selection dynamic as well.
Is Barry a possibility? So he's not.
Barry?
Yeah.
He's been assessed this afternoon. I haven't had a chance to find out how that went, because it needed 48 hours to settle down just to see exactly what the nature of it is. So I'll find out there later on now. But listen, my gut instinct would tell me that it's unlikely he'd be available for this weekend, but you never know.
Was it hamstring or was it a knock?
He hyperextended his leg. He got a slight nudge in the back, and as a result, he was trying to, stay on his feet, and as a result, he hyperextended his leg, and sometimes that can feel like a hamstring, but it mightn't necessarily be a hamstring. So we just have to wait and see how that's turned up.
These affairs between yourselves and Clare have been quite feisty. With the league game in the snow, then it was a tough game. Are you expecting the same Sunday?
I don't know what to expect Sunday. Only 2 teams that are going to go at it, hammer and tongs, because the stakes are extremely high now at this stage, for both sides. So there's only really one result when 2 teams are in that situation, So whoever can get the best performance out of themselves next Sunday is going to win the game. That's the bottom line. And I would hope that last Sunday will give us a bit of confidence that we know we can get to maybe a level that we generally tend to improve as we move on through the games. So I'd be hoping that we could take it up a notch even from last Sunday. I think we'll need, if we're going to be competitive next Sunday, we'll need to go up a notch or 2. Like the first 20 minutes between Clare and Tipperary was extremely intensive and very high quality, very high efficiency on the scoring fronts as well. So there's been a lot of negative reaction to their second half performance, but that's nonsense really. I think the bottom line is Tipper flying it at the moment, and every team seems to be struggling with them. Clare gave them an awful lot of trouble in the first half, and if they maintain that for a longer period of time, that's going to be a real challenge for us.
How difficult is it in the era of analysis and you know each other so well? These lads heard at school, colleges, and against each other so many times. Is it to prepare for another derby?
I don't think players ever get tired of playing those games. I think they're special affairs, and listen, every day you go out and you get a jersey is a special day for you when you're playing for your county. So, you know, just because it's Clare or Tip or Cork or what, it doesn't matter really, you know, you should be just delighted to get a jersey and get the opportunity to play again. You know, ask any player who's retired or finished up or got injured and couldn't carry on, you know, they'd give anything to get that opportunity again to play for their county. So this is these boys, this is their time, so they've got to make the most of it every single game to get a chance.
Just last one for me, this is the first time since 1996, Jerome informed me, that Limerick played championship against Clare in the Gaelic grounds. Can you remember much of that famous day?
Okay, yeah, I was outside there in the dugout. Yeah, I remember it very, very clearly.
You had a good view at that point?
Absolutely, yeah. That was an incredible day from start to finish. You know, the game was just of an extremely high quality, you know, and it was a great duel between two probably of the strongest teams in the country at that time. And it was an amazing game and kept off with an amazing score. But yeah, listen, who knows what will happen next Sunday. 1996 isn't really high on my priority list right now. It's 4 o'clock next Sunday is the most important thing at the moment.
John, is there anything in particular you take from your last 2 encounters with Clare? And I suppose secondly, how important is it that you hit the ground running, that you don't give them a chance to kind of start any domination on the game on Sunday?
Listen, you know, Clare have had our number for the last number of years when it comes to championship matches. You know, 96, 97, 2016, 17, 18. But I think if you were to delve into it, there's a bit more to it than just that, you know. We'll just take last year for example, like we were just really disappointed with our performance last year, Blonniness. We did not perform well in any of the metrics. It was a very similar performance to what we had against Cork this year. And I think the boys will be very, determined to ensure that that doesn't happen again.
Consistency, and I'm sure is the word that you're looking for this week. And throughout the championship, we probably haven't seen it from anyone really other than Tip so far. Yeah,
it's been maybe anything but the championship that was expected. You know, it's kind of thrown up a lot of unusual results. You know, a lot of away wins as opposed to home wins, and teams have struggled possibly with their consistency. But listen, that's all irrelevant really at the moment. We have 73 or 4 minutes now to put in a really good shift on Sunday, and we know the stakes are extremely high. We have to get that performance on Sunday. There's no escaping that, and everything else outside of that and the championship as a whole is completely and utterly irrelevant to me at the moment.
It appeared after the Cork game that you almost felt maybe that you had let the supporters down by not producing a performance in your home ground.
Actually, listen, you know, primarily it was ourselves. We were angry with ourselves for that performance. You know, we were angry that we would perform at that level. Of course, you're cognizant of the fact that the supporters would have been disappointed with the performance too. But you know, first and foremost, the boys are the ones that are putting in the hard yards every week since last, you know, December, and of course you want to do better in front of your home crowd in particular. You know, you want to put in a performance that your supporters can be proud of. But I think, you know, if you look at, let's say 15 of the last 16 games, you could say that, like, you know, the team has put in performances that anyone could be proud of. The team would be happy with it, regardless of the result, you know. So listen, it's our second home match. We didn't perform in our first one. We have to perform in our second one.
In terms of being the middle game of the tree, and recovery is so important. You seem to take an approach maybe on a Monday after games where you see followers of social media would see players cropping up in seaside resorts and lakes across Munster. You don't have a group meeting in a swimming pool or anything like that. You appear to take a different track.
No, I'm not one for the beach on a Monday myself now. I've better things to be doing, Jerome. Bit of seawater going to cure my ails. I think it's important that they relax on the Monday, and that I'm not putting another structure in on top of them, you know, or that Joe O'Connor's not putting another structure in on top of them. The most important thing for the boys post-match is sleep and food. They're the two most important aspects of recovery. And if you can throw in a bit of cold water somewhere, whether it's in Ballybunion or Lough Derg, I'm not really too pushed. Once the boys are relaxed and recovering, I'm happy with whatever way it goes. And if that means they get together and they go and do something relaxing, all the better. Yeah, that's my approach to it. It's probably not a very structured one, but sometimes you can put too much structure in place, and it's just another layer of structure and organisation and demands on time, and fellas have other things they might like to fit in around their day. You know, if the recovery is only part of their day, you're not going to spend the whole day involved in, you know, recovery pool sessions and stretching sessions and massages and all that. You know, get your bite to eat and get off to bed. It's the most important.
Have you taken or changed anything from last year in terms of the run of successive weekends?
Not really, no. Take a week from week. At the moment, it does not matter. It's only next Sunday. You know, that's second Sunday in the run. These boys have plenty. Like the weekends, we're not involved in competitive action. We're still playing matches in house. So these boys are playing a match a week every week anyway. You know, whether it's a structured game that's on a fixtures calendar or whether it's an in-house game, they're all the same in terms of the physical demands on the players. So they're used to playing every single week. You know, that's not an issue. Freshness is important. Mental freshness is important. Hence, things like going to the beach or going to a lake or, you know, going for a walk can be good for you in terms of your mental freshness, as opposed to me meeting them for a meeting on a Monday. They don't need that. That's only loading them up and hindering their ability to be mentally fresh later on in the week, you know. So, yeah, that's about the size of it. I suppose the only other thing I'd say is that, you know, we are at home on Sunday, and that 16th man has been huge help to us in the last 18 months, you know, 20 months. They've been huge last year, and key moments in games. They were there when we needed them, and I hope that the 16th man will play a big part on Sunday and give us every bit of support we need a lot.